Part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Season 2.
We literally can't have shit. We can't. We can't.
Part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Season 2.
No, ma'am, we're not doing this. We are not doing this. She's the only one that gets a pass, and she barely got the motherfucker. We're not about to sit here and listen to everybody drop a 50-part series. This isn't a Me Too movement. All right, there's a statute of limitations on this shit. So y'all trying to tell me, all of y'all done talked to a legion before. Is that what we're doing? Because if we all just getting on here telling stories, then I need to tell a story about how my first wife was also married to my cousin, but I didn't find out until we went to his funeral. But, like I said, are we telling stories or are we not telling stories? And to this day, she's still trying to apologize. Why the fuck would I accept your apology? You were... And I know some of y'all are gonna be like, well, what if she didn't know that y'all were cousins? First off, when we got married, I thought that was her first marriage. She was married to my cousin before. We're not gonna get into all that.
Hello everyone, so I came across this video on TikTok. Basically, it's a season 2 of the Ressa Tessa story. I know a lot of us are very familiar with it because I enjoyed the part 50 series that she started. Basically, there's a lot of mixed opinions on the internet about this lady that's coming out right now with the season 2 of a story that she did not create. Basically, some people feel like she's stealing content from Ressa, and I'm part of those people, and other people are turning it into a race thing, saying that black people cannot have anything for themselves. Now please comment down below letting me know which side you are on. I'd like to hear your opinions, thoughts, comments, subscribe, like, and share the video with those whom you think will like this video. Now, before the video ends, right at the end, I added a clip of her story because even though we may all have our differences about her starting her own series, you know, I feel like her story also needs to be heard. So if you're interested, stay tuned and her story will play right before the video ends. Enjoy.
Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Part 19. At this point, we're living with...
Cause who the fuck this for? But no. I'll be damned if you could put me in another damn chokehold. No. My soul can't take 50 more parts. No.
Part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Season 2.
Season 2. I know where you got a part 2 or something that somebody else made. Like, where they do that at? I ain't never known a sequel to just come from another source material. I ain't never seen that happen in a book, a TV show, movie. How you can continue her thing? That ain't how they work. And you know people was gonna give you a hard time. And you had the nerve to shout her out, talking about she gave you the courage to tell your own story. Did she give you the courage to steal the name of it too? Just really don't care, do you? I guess you're gonna have to get it copyrighted, because now it's probably gonna be a season 3, a season 4, or 5. They're just gonna keep going with it. Everybody gonna be coming out with a Sorry Man series, but at least give it something original. I hope you don't think you're gonna be able to recreate that, because that ain't how it works. Some stuff is just its own thing. Some of y'all TikTokers, I tell you, just no shame whatsoever.
So the faster people realize this, the better TikTok will be. So ever since the whole Ressa Tessa series, like, everybody thinks that they're storytellers, and when I tell you Ressa Tessa, she told that story. I have a short attention span. I'm ADHD. I sat and watched the entire series and I did not get bored. She was great at telling her story. She didn't stumble over words. She wasn't stuttering. She was clear in telling her stories. Some people get on here and they try to be a Ressa Tessa, and they are not a Ressa Tessa. You are not going to be able to recreate what Ressa Tessa did. She did it. It's done. It cannot be duplicated. Y'all are not gonna be able to tell a story time the way she stole her story time. It's not gonna happen. It happened once, it's not gonna happen again. Let it go.
Part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Season 2. I don't know if I'm gonna get backlash like, oh, you're copying Ressa Tessa. Basically, she's giving me the courage to tell my story. So Ressa Tessa, if you see this, I commend you for telling your story. Give you props. That couldn't been easy to do that, to tell your story about your pathological liar, narcissist, freaking. God, I hate them. Anyways, before I get to my pathological narcissist, whom I had paid everything for, I basically was the one taking care of him. My sister suggested to go way back in the timeline to the beginning of my dating life, I guess, to give everybody a view of my fucked up dating life, I guess. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that can relate that had a lot of bad boyfriends or whatever. So I'm not trying to say, oh, woe, it was me, like mine's so bad. And it's pretty fucked up, though. In the beginning, it's okay, and then it starts getting worse, I guess. And it's very embarrassing, too, so props again to Ressa Tessa for saying those embarrassing things and, you know, not holding back. And I hope that I can get through all this. I'm nervous. I'm very self-conscious recording myself. I'm self-conscious of, like, my looks and my teeth, and so that also makes me nervous. And I know there's, like, a lot of haters on the internet, and I really don't care what people have to say. It's more like people that I know, I don't want them to be, like, I mean, I don't care if they judge. People are gonna judge, but I just don't want them to say smart shit. Because I do have a temper. I mean, I'll probably talk shit back, whatever. It's just, stress, I guess. I don't know. And like I said, I'm already nervous doing this, and I don't want somebody to, like, make me feel bad, I guess, for telling my story to where I stop or I don't. I procrastinate a lot. And you might see me look down because I have a book here. I have, like, points, like, kind of like I'm doing an essay, so I can check mark everything that I want to cover for each person. I have ADHD, so my mind's, like, all over the place, and I don't want to get off track and start going back, like, why did I do the things that I do, or whatever. Sorry, I'm juggling my words. I don't want to go back, like, well, back in my childhood, this, and that's why I'm like this, or something like that. I mean, if you have questions, I don't mind answering them, but basically to keep me organized and on track of what I'm talking about. So anyways, I'm going to use my sister's advice and go way back in the beginning when I started dating, which was in high school. And I think that would have been freshman or sophomore year. Anyways, I did try to, this is actually my 5th time trying to record this because I kept accidentally saying everybody's name. So I might accidentally say their name, and it's whatever. So if this actually blows up and people start watching it, I guess investigate, research away. Just don't, like, harass anybody, because the heat will come back on me. Because most of these people, I'm still kind of in contact with. I don't talk to them every day, but obviously they know my social media and stuff. I think some of them still might be in my friends list and everything like that. So Anyways, all right, first boyfriend, B. I dated him for 3 to 6 months, and actually he wanted to be sexually active, and I was scared. I was in high school. I know some high schoolers start to be sexually active, but I was terrified and scared to even do that. I didn't want to. But because of that, I got cheated on like 3 different times. I should have broke up with him after the first time, but I did obviously break up with him because it was 3 to 6 months that we dated. He actually had his mom apologize for him and tried to talk to me to get me back. And I thought that was really kind of, I don't know, messed up. Like, it's not sincere. If you're going to do an apology and feel remorse and feel bad about doing something, you say it to the person's face, eye to eye. But anyways, I didn't take him back, of course. Anyways, next boyfriend. His name started with an N. And actually, this is the one that I keep on accidentally saying his name. But hopefully I don't, because I'm getting tired of trying to re-record after I accidentally say their name. Anyways, so I dated him for about 3 years. So still in high school and after getting out of high school. He was a caring guy, loving, PDA, would show public display of affection. When we got out of high school, like, he bought me my first car. He bought me a toy Yorkshire Terrier for my birthday. I named him Rico. I mean, the only bad thing that he did was he did cheat on me, and this is when we were still in high school. He showed up to my house, and then I saw a hickey on his neck, and I was like, what is that? Who did that? And he used the most ignorant lie ever. I don't know if he, like, panicked or something and was just like, vacuum. But that's what was his excuse. He said it was a vacuum cleaner that did that to his neck. And I'm just like, okay, why would you put a vacuum cleaner to his neck? Obviously, I didn't believe that lie. And then eventually came out who he cheated on me with and all that. He promised to not contact her anymore or, like, be with her anymore, like, of hanging out or whatever. And the reason why I say that is because it was my best friend at the time. And I still stayed being her best friend, still stayed being his girlfriend, and we just wouldn't hang out as much, like, all together, like, because it would have been just too weird. I felt like I don't know, maybe I'm too much of a forgiving person or something, but anyways, so we still stayed together. He did keep his promise, where things started kind of, like, just growing apart. Well, I mean, the first, when he invited me over to dinner to meet his mom, I walked in and I saw my uncle sitting on the couch, and he was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, I'm dating N. And I was like, what are you doing here? And he was like, well, I'm dating N's mom. And I was like, okay, whatever, you know. I didn't know how serious their relationship was, but I guess it was going to, like, get more serious because they ended up getting married. And I didn't break up with him immediately after my uncle married my boyfriend's mom, but it was weird because even though we weren't blood cousins, we were still cousins by marriage. And so it was just weird for me, and I tried not to let it, like, bother me. I'm like, it's just marriage. We were dating first before they were together, so whatever. But then I'd have, like, my buddies and different family members that would tease me and, like, joke about it, and they're like, oh, you're dating your cousin, and I'm just like, shut up. And I just got kind of annoying. And we just grew apart, though. It's just, I mean, it was a relationship when I was young.